Hello and welcome to Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
This is the podcast where we listen to a song and then make an anime for it. Separately, Sarah and I take 5 minutes by ourselves and write a little quick anime. Scribble. And then we come together, share our ideas, and then combine them to make a mega anime in the podcast, which is what's happening right now. And we come up with a title. And this is all based off of a song that we've chosen today. It's all we need. Music isn't the whole tagline.
Just add music, man.
Oh my god.
Instantly anime.
But yeah, not just the title. We also kind of put ourselves in it. We put
try and cast
voice actors in it. Just whoever's on our mind, really. Kind of
depends on what we've been
depends
watching.
on what we're watching on Netflix or. All right.
That's the majority of it. That's
about it. That's the podcast. The song today that is the basis of the entire podcast is by the group Boyfriend. Boyfriend.
Is that in all caps?
All caps. Boyfriend. And the song is On My Way to You, and the letter is U. And
so it's not a word.
So we, copyright reasons, aren't going to play the song.
Yep, quit asking.
But we've linked it on YouTube, usually in the podcast description, or if you want to search it up on them computers, Boyfriend On My Way to the letter U. And it's not a Sesame Street song, unfortunately.
Therefore, 2 is spelled out.
Yes. On my way, the word to the letter U. All right.
Today's podcast is brought to you by
the word to and the letter U.
Yay!
I will give you my idea. Okay. 3 schoolmates get after-school jobs at a valet service. The first couple shifts go pretty normally. So normally, in fact, that they audibly wish that their job was more interesting.
Uh-oh.
A passing genie, disguised as a customer, grants their wish as it drives away in a fancy car. Unbeknownst to them, their wish was granted, and their jobs are about to get a lot more interesting. Upon entering a car, which for some reason in this valet service, like all 3 of them get in the car at the same time, they enter a sort of dimensional portal and become the last 3 people that were in the car.
Whoa.
So the first time they enter, they become the group of people that they just like took the car from and live out a day as them as long as they return to the valet. It's sort of like...
So when they go back, they switch it out for like a different body?
No,
They're valeting people's lives?
It's sort of like they drive up to themselves to return the car and the bodies from the previous trip. Like...
Gotcha.
Hilarity and adventures ensue, but essentially, like, they enter the car as themselves, and then kind of like a day reverts, and they're the 3 people that were in the car the last time. Okay. But it's not like they take over the other people, and they become people in the car.
Okay.
It's weird, right?
A little bit.
That's my idea.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like dimensional, because the genie's involved.
Sure. Those genies will get you.
And it's kind of body swappy, but not really. Because, like, it's more like Your Name in a way, because it's kind of like a time skip thing. That's my idea.
Okay.
You're so weirded out by it.
No, I'm realizing some similarities.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not, like, entirely, but...
Right.
The whole... Maybe I should just tell you mine
Yeah, just
first.
give me your idea. Okay. Maybe I'll spot the similarities as well.
Yeah. Let's play that game. Okay. So, I already have a title for it, but I'll save that for the end.
Okay.
It just was a complete package. So, there's a possibility it already exists.
Right. Yes.
All right. So, rival restaurants, and then I went back and thought sandwich shops. Okay. Across the street from each other have 2 part-timers who stand out on the street in, like, big costumes, trying to attract business.
Like Bob's Burgers.
The 2 costume part-timers are acquaintances in, at school, real life,
I was like Bob's Burgers.
Who harbor timid crushes for each other. But when the costumes get put on, the gloves come off.
Oh, no kid
They
gloves.
become ruthless competitors and do outlandish things to antagonize each other and try and garner attention.
Is it ironic, though, because one of the, like, sandwich costumes does have very big white gloves?
You know it. And only 4 fingers, which makes you wonder, how is that comfortable?
Yes.
But as we see the two develop a cute sort of like relationship, not that they're together, but you know, it's heading that way.
Right.
You can tell. It's paralleled with a vicious rivalry that's coming to a head.
Oh, no.
Major conflict occurs when the truth of their part-time job/identities come to light. And then I ran out of 5 minutes. But my titles are either Submarine Wars or Food Fight.
Ah. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yep.
If you named it Food Fight, it'd be like that really bad animated movie that is titled Food Fight.
All right. I guess we could do like Food Wars or Submarine Fight.
Sub-combat, you know? Something that's good. Like, I love the vein you're going down. It's great.
That's why the Submarine Wars, that's why it became a sandwich shop.
Yeah.
Sub shop.
I for some reason, I was only thinking of costumes having the head exposed, but it makes more sense if a mascot you don't know.
Yep.
Who
it's like
it
a
is.
big, completely covered.
And they never see each other leave. They have like staggered shifts, so they never.
I don't know, man.
Or they leave out the back, so you never really know.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because they would have the same shift in order to antagonize each other all day.
So do you see any similarities that I saw?
Not really. What were you?
Dual lives. They live one in the costume, or in your
gotcha.
case, the car.
I gotcha.
And then they're like everyday lives.
I gotcha.
So that was immediately what I saw.
Okay.
The like duality.
Duality of mind.
Duality.
Dual subality.
The dual. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's a fun idea.
Cool.
Of yours.
Thanks.
How should we combine it with my idea?
Valet time travel. Well, the other thing is we
Kind
both
of.
have like part-timers, which I recently found out that in Korea, kids go to school till like 10 p.m. at night. So they physically do not have time for part-time jobs.
Even high school?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a good thing they're
No,
not.
I mean, I don't know
In
how
Korea.
other countries work, but I just learned that.
Right.
They study until like 10 o'clock
Well,
at night.
excuse me. I've watched a lot of anime and Japanese shows, and they get jobs.
It's true.
Just like in Good Morning Call.
Well, how
they
else
always
do you get money
jobs.
to buy something for your sweetheart?
Gifts, exactly.
Mm-hmm. All about the gifts.
So, none of that 10 p.m. schooling
Well,
shit.
we just can't be in Korea.
Or they're like late night jobs, which gets a little spooky.
You should not be out on the street late night in
In
a
a
costume
mascot
where you can't really see.
Yeah, where all your blind spots are covered
Who's stabbing me in the
with
back?
styrofoam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
Anyway, that was a cultural fact I learned recently.
That's interesting.
So there you go.
Huh. Well, kids are just out learning.
Yeah. And then you throw them out of the world with zero job
In a
experience.
different sleep schedule.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got youngish children, like first time.
Part-timers, work,
Duality.
dualities,
Dualities.
dual realities.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Shoot.
A valet for sandwiches?
It'd be like a
Valet
drive-through.
at the sandwich shop?
Be like a drive-through.
It could be a
Like
drive-through.
you hand them the food and then you become them a day ago or something.
Yeah, my first creepy thought was that you are in the food.
No.
I don't like where that's
I don't
gone.
like that at all.
I take back that
I don't like
thought.
edible people.
Soylent Green.
I don't want it, but I'm liking the kind of drive-through aspect
Okay.
where instead of they take the car, like they give the person magic food that then is it like giving themselves food because then they're compelled to return to the drive-through as the person to fulfill the loop, you know? That's kind of the whole thing with mine. It's like if
The
they don't go back
return.
to the valet as these people, then they're starting like a whole different universe
Oh.
where like those people didn't go
What-
to that timeline, you know?
But even if they make vastly different decisions,
Yeah, it's like none of that matters as long as the endpoint's the same.
oh, so it gets erased.
Kind of.
So it's almost like a dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's a magical genie, like, function of geniedom.
All right. I see now.
Yeah. I'm sorry it wasn't clear. It wasn't clear to
No.
me either until just now.
That's fine. Just in attempting to sew them together, I became concerned with, the space-time continuum.
No, but that's the thing. As long as they complete the loop, it's fine.
So what if, to further the dream thing, what if it happens at night? Like the last person that
a fourth meal.
I was imagining
final drop
more
off.
The last person they interact with, they go to sleep at night and they live a day through their lives.
Oh, maybe, but I like the idea of them it happening in that handoff moment.
But it couldn't. Okay, I see your point.
The dream thing is kind of contrived at this point, and then I woke up the next morning and blah blah blah. Like maybe that still does happen, but there is I want the moment to be at the point of contact.
All right.
Not like a post-event thing.
Okay. So.
If that makes sense.
No, I understand what you're saying.
It still has the same effect. It's
right.
like a dream because they just get to do the same day again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not with the boringness of them waking up in bed.
Okay. I'm just wondering, drive-thrus don't usually have mascots? Do you like the idea of a rivalry still?
Maybe there's two drive-thrus that face each other across a parking lot. How would we do this rivalry?
Well, it might make more sense to actually have rival valets because they're separate parking lots, right? Different owners of the parking lots.
Gotcha, yeah.
And they could have a little car dressed up, costumed person go over here. We'll and then they always have weird things we'll shine your windshield and your hubcaps if you stay.
They've dented cars in the past. If
you park here.
Yeah.
And we'll park it for you because we're valets too. But.
That works. It takes away your food element.
Yeah, but if I still
You want the rivalry element more than the food element at this point?
Yes, I will forego my perfect titles.
Your submarine warfare.
My submarine wars.
Okay.
So.
How does the body switching-ish come into that then?
Well.
Because the rivalry feels like the more important
You may not like this
story element.
idea if the teams of each valet switch.
And just are the other valet team?
Yeah, you don't like that idea.
How is that funny and interesting at all?
Well, I was thinking, why would a genie do it to just one of the groups? So maybe there's a genie with a rival.
A rival genie?
And they go to the rival valets, and then they do similar
So it's
things.
all the genie's fault? It's kind of genie versus genie, spy versus spy?
That's kind of where I was headed, but I don't know if that makes sense.
Not especially, but it makes sense then that both would have weird magic going on.
Unless they both have a Freaky Friday moment and wish the same thing at the same time, and the genie's like, all right, you kids want it. Snap, snap, click, click.
But then how does that impact the rivalry? Is that just a secondary plot to them both having weird out-of-body experiences?
I guess we need to decide which is more important, a rivalry or the time jumping, reliving.
Okay, what if
Taking it back a few steps? I walked us into a big old corner.
What if the rival no longer foods valet, a genie grants both of them a wish, but now it's not...
Are they different wishes?
Yes, they both wished for their own business to succeed or the other one to fail or something in that regard. Ooh. And it kind of causes a weird...
I just thought of an idea.
Okay.
Would you like to finish, though?
My thing is just the genie wishes don't cancel out but cause a weird magical thing. So instead of the body switching thing, it's just magic of all kinds starts happening.
Okay, I'm going to riff on that a little.
Okay.
So they both wish, as they look across at their rival, ugh, I wish I was more successful.
Yeah.
but maybe they don't finish the sentence and say, like, more successful than them.
Mm-hmm.
So the genie's like, I'll make you more successful. And he just starts sending them all his clients. So there are, like, weird fairies and, like, wizards and, like, all these weird magical people. And then they also have, like, the life swap with them because they have these weird magic flying carpets. And
I gotcha.
so they're the, like, crazy, for lack of a better term, creatures. But these
mythical beings.
Yeah. So they're rolling up. And they're like, holy cow, this is way cooler. Maybe they wanted it to be more interesting, more successful, whatever
my
they
original
wish.
idea, yeah.
More interesting would make a little more sense. So these, like, random people come up, and then some of them switch bodies. Maybe some of them, like, kidnap them or do other, like, weird things.
Yeah,
and that kind of opens up a bunch of different... Because we could have, like, a weird nebulous, like, black hole-looking thing, and when they take his... nebulous black hole holding cube, they, like, become this other dimensional stuff.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. It goes back to, like, the original wish where they wished their jobs were more interesting.
Yeah.
And the genie grants it by basically causing chaos.
Yeah, but no one else can, like, see it because it resets the day.
Exactly. So, and it still has the, like, body switching element because not every single creature is going to, like, switch bodies with them, but it's like can you
imagine experiencing the world as, like, a fairy?
Right, but not even that, but, like, a freaking leprechaun hops up in a pot of gold, hands over the pot of gold, and they're like, is this your vehicle? And he, like, tips him a gold coin, and they, like, get in it, and it, like, flies off in a rainbow. Like, yeah. That's just great.
But... keeping with the time resetting thing, no one's gonna know it happened. So they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Going around in their leprechaun pot.
Yeah.
Maybe they're showering gold over the streets just to see what would happen.
It's very episodic.
Yes, but then vampire. Where'd he come from?
Oh god, he's inside.
Sorry.
Shroud.
The leprechaun.
Yes.
That one.
Vampiric leprechaun.
Surprise. He returns, gets his stuff back, and it kind of resets to 0.
Yeah, because they're like... But the valet people are still very aware of what's going on. But no one else outside of the business.
And then we kind of get back to mine, where they're both experiencing this weird thing, but they don't want to talk to each other about it.
Yeah.
But something happens where something, like, slips, or someone notices something weird, and then they find out that they're both experiencing
and also,
this.
Yeah, like, maybe one becomes a werewolf, and the other becomes, like, an enemy of a werewolf. And they, like, have a fight, but it's just kind of, like, for fun. Mm-hmm. And then the, like, next day, like, someone has a scratch where they left a scratch. And you're like,
wait
excuse
a minute.
me?
Yeah, and then we have that same conflict.
Yes.
Does this
works for me.
This checks more boxes,
yes,
for sure.
I like this a lot.
This
it's just,
feels
like,
better.
magic valet wars.
Yeah.
I'm way down for this idea.
Cool.
This is very fun. And works better than... whatever we were doing before,
that I attempted.
I was trying too. We were trying to salvage something, and we just had to take a quick sec.
Got too far away.
Yeah, we got back on track. Mm-hmm. The image of just somebody, like, hopping away in a leprechaun's pot is too funny for some reason. He's like, goodbye, I'm a leprechaun. Me lucky charms.
That's
cultural.
My leprechaun.
I'm a quarter Irish. Eighth Irish?
I'm sure
it's not bad. Yeah.
I'm sure it's in there.
So I think, that's pretty much the core of the idea.
So is the genie gonna come back when, like, the scratch occurs?
Oh, like,
and
the
he's
big
like,
fuck up?
Ooh, yeah. So you both wished the same thing, so I figured...
I don't think it's at that point. I think it's like...
you could enjoy it together or something.
I feel like they kind of figure it out on their own, and then the genie comes back and is like, you didn't know? Like, it's the same. And it's just... Like, that's a, like, series half point or whatever. Where the genie's in on it. And he's their best client. I don't know.
All right.
Just genies are great. I feel like we had a genie episode before.
I believe we have.
Oh, well. This is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Genies are a magical creature.
Yeah, is this one, like, sleazy a little bit.
Yeah.
Why was I picturing him surrounded with a lot of, like, scantily clad genie women?
I don't know. He is kind of giving me, like, a strike a deal devil vibe.
Yeah.
Where it's, like, a fur coat.
You wanted it.
Fur coat.
You asked for it.
Hummer limo. Scantily clad Vegas women. With, like, the boas and stuff. I don't know. Like, same vibe. Very strange.
Not evil,
Not
but just...
not the devil, just a genie.
Slick.
Maybe he's an evil genie. But not really evil.
He's
a djinn. DJIN.
I'm gonna say he's just like a little rough around the edges.
He
lives.
The good trope where like a genie grants the wish, but also like quote unquote grants the wish.
It's like, you didn't think this through.
You dumb.
It's your own fault.
I did grant your wish, but now you got magical unicorns. Does the unicorn just like turn himself in? He's like,
he just like takes off his horn.
Ka-dunk.
And then they put it on. They're like, whoa.
No, he's like, here's my horn. Can you buff it?
I heard you shine these things.
And then he's like, I'm going to go be a horse for a day.
I'm now imagining that the valet, to go along with the creepy genie, is like outside of a strip club or like a very old school Italian mobster-esque restaurant.
Well, why not both?
Or
One's
just something
across the street from a strip club. The other is across the street from a Mama Paisanos. Club you in the nuts. I don't know.
Like a sandwich.
Like a sandwich, a club. You get it. Yeah. Just like ridiculous seedy part of towns kind of.
I'm enjoying this because they're going to get some weird stuff, I think.
But then also there's like a carpet store.
The like tooth fairy can roll through with like a hearse made of teeth.
Jesus. That is terrifying.
I'm kidding. It would be like the Pope Mobile, but made out of a tooth. Not a real tooth. It would just be shaped like a tooth.
Like a glass tooth.
Yeah. And they'd be like... Dang.
And she'd be waving.
And it would do little bubbles as the exhaust.
Oh, that's adorable. Because it's like brushing your teeth. Abrasive. That's good.
We can have a lot of fun with this.
This is a great...
And then we can think of the different, for lack of a better word, powers. Or
different powers, different
abilities.
Creatures.
There we go.
That's the thing. It's an endless font. Just creatures after creatures.
This leaves it a lot of open-endedness. Now, do you think...
Or it'll be canceled after 12 episodes, but that's fine.
Well, there'll be open-ended episodes. Do you think there should be any relationship between any of the opposing valet members? It's harder because they're obviously not hidden, unless we do the, like, online trope. Where it's like, I've never met you in person, but I work in this city. Oh my gosh, I work in this city too.
Oh, maybe they're doing like a Tinder-ish thing or whatever, you know? Where
they're children, so it's probably just a chat room.
Yeah, it's just like old AOL. Yeah. With screen names and nothing else. And you can pick your own font.
Do you want that or not so much?
I'm trying to think.
Because it would be interesting if they started talking about, like, you know, the crazy stuff. But in like a... haha, what if a leprechaun like came into a bar and gave you his leprechaun pot? And
haha, hilarious. When pigs
like,
fly and they're like, I just was a flying pig 2 days ago.
Yeah, exactly. Should it be that kind of a...
I think so. It's...
Because you talked about them finding out, so maybe the ones like, I think that like someone else has seen us or something.
I think there has to be a veil to it. And it can't be just like yours where they actually like know each other and hang out. But maybe they do go to the same school, but they don't even think.
Yeah, they run in different crowds. This is very a Cinderella
very
story.
Quickie, yeah.
With Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray, which I know we've brought up before.
Don't know this one. I know we've brought up Chad Michael Murray, but I don't know if we've brought up this movie you're speaking of.
I think we have because I think we used them to cast Leashing Loyalty.
Oh, maybe. I remember I talked way too much about One Tree Hill.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Without having watched it, because I was like, basketball.
Yeah!
Because that was Leashing Loyalty. It was the basketball star who went back home. Okay. That's not this at all. This is Genies.
Right.
And Chad Michael Murray's probably not in it.
Who should the genie be?
That's a good idea.
I assume male... No, there are female genies, of course. I dream of Genie. Duh.
To her.
All right, but this is a dude. I'm just getting like sleazy, old school dude vibes.
Who's the guy in all the Simpsons
Harry Shearer, Hank Azaria.
Azaria, yeah.
Okay.
He's cool.
Yeah, he could do anything.
He's incredibly talented.
Ooh, we can't afford him, so very small genie part.
He's like, wish granted, goodbye, I'm Hank Azaria. Like, his face is just Hank Azaria's face.
That'd be all right.
That's good. Let's think of a title, though, before we cast anybody else, right?
I guess if we're going to do things in order.
We probably should.
So, Submarine Wars and Food Fight don't seem appropriate.
No.
Did you hate both of them?
I didn't hate either of them. Food Fight is just too overused, you know?
All right.
Like, it's not bad. It's just, it is already that terrifying movie.
Yep. You bring up a good point that I had forgotten.
I don't want to make an anime that's titled A Terrifying Movie already. Which, I mean, we probably have already done already. Whatever.
Yeah. So what do we want to mix for this? We've got, like, obviously valet car stuff and magical stuff. I know, but I feel like
that's a small pool. But I think magic is one word. Big blanket word. Umbrella word.
I think we should do vehicle, valet, something like
job
that.
Job word. Like, part-time job word. Valet word.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So let's choose them.
All right. Do you want to do a magic word or a part-time job valet word?
I will do a magic word.
I will do a part-time job valet word. 3, 2, 1. Hours.
Phasing.
Phasing hours. Beep boop.
The phasing hour sounds like it could be a spoopy anime.
Yeah. It's where everyone gets phased. Set phaser for phase.
Let's tuck that one back for a month.
All right. Yep. Oh, man. Are we a month away from October?
Spooktober anime.
Do people even like it? We don't know. We don't have any listeners.
Well, that really is
Binding
true.
well? Okay. I'll do a magic word. 3, 2, 1. Hidden.
Cruising. Which led me to very creepy title, Cruising the Species.
Oh, I don't like that. We already did a species related ones with the joining the list. That's different. Species wasn't in that at all.
Not really.
Cruising the Species.
It's creepy.
It's creepy. I don't like it.
Sounds like a serial killer.
It's like someone looking through a book of faces and they're like, do you want to see my Facebook?
A binder of women?
Yeah.
That's not
don't like that
anymore. All right.
For some reason, mine, I had alliteration, hidden hours.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, you've got the time hopping, and people have hours for their time clock job.
Yeah. Cruising for...
You know, cruising down the street in your car.
In your Civic. Yeah.
Are we imagining this being a little... sexy?
I guess. Sure, why not?
Okay. So sort of I'm trying to think of a good example where it's a little bit over the top. There's like TNA everywhere and
oh, yeah.
Boob physics are insane. I mean, I guess you could pick any anime really and those would apply. But are we going a little lowbrow on this?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then we can play around, I think, with the title a little more.
Yeah, I mean, we already put them across the street from like strip clubs and
that's very true. Let's have them live up to that.
Yeah.
What about Beep Beep Rivalry?
It's good. I love it.
Because we got the cars.
You got the beep beep of the honk honk. We got the rivalry. Honk honk rivalry.
I think I like Beep Beep a little better.
No, I think Beep Beep is good. It's funny. Because everyone knows Beep Beep.
Yeah.
Honk honk could be geese.
That was actually my first thought.
Ah, it's good. Good.
It was geese.
Beep Beep could also be like censoring.
Ah, I like that. Like this bleep, is bleep. Getting more...
Bleep bleep would be that, but Beep Beep works.
I feel like this is getting more rowdy, and I'm into it.
Yeah. Like it's kind of always like a big party.
Yeah.
Whenever the mystical creatures show up.
It's real wacky. It's real crazy. They're always like barely alive, but they're going through like, you know.
Yeah.
Life.
And the leprechaun's like waiting
things.
for his like thing to come back.
Yeah.
And they're like just coming in at 3 a.m. the next day or whatever.
It'd be kind of funny if they had like a key fob or something. So when they pressed it, wherever they were like ripped back to their reality.
Ah.
And maybe that would save them from, being eaten by a dinosaur or something like that.
It's kind of like the...
They sound like loser, like failures now.
Yeah,
but
they kind of are. But I'm imagining the kind
little.
of thing you get at a restaurant where they like tell you to take it and it beeps when you're supposed to come back.
Oh yeah.
Like, do they have that, or does the customer have that when they want their vehicle back?
There's definitely a number. Like, the valet takes your keys, you get a number.
Yes.
So what if that was not just a piece of paper, but like a magic ticket?
Magic, like, callback
They could, like, I don't know, rip it in half when they wanted their vehicle back or something.
That's fun. Beep, beep, rivalry.
You like
Was that it? Is that it?
I like it if you like it.
It's good.
I came up with it.
I was like, is that it?
So is it beep, exclamation point,
beep, exclamation point, rivalry? Yes. 100%.
Cool.
I'm glad we visualized it.
It's very important. Do we need an exclamation point after rivalry?
Beep.
Rivalry.
Beep, rivalry. Yeah, sure. Give them all exclamation points.
Unless it looks real weird.
Then, yeah.
We'll see.
Depending on what the title of this episode is, we've dropped the exclamation point or no.
Punctuation questionable, but words chosen.
And like I'm imagining it in like an italicized.
Yeah,
beep beep.
Kind of like the Chevron cars.
They're kind of always they're always going somewhere.
Yeah, they got some movement to their otherwise solid frames.
Yes.
So it's like beep beep. And then rivalry's a lot bigger. For some reason beep beep is red in my mind.
I have
no idea. And bubble letters.
Definitely not on our podcast episode.
No, but it gives us room to work.
Totally. Okay, so we have
interns.
We have the genie. We have the title, Beep Beep Rivalry. We have everything else. Do you want the kids? I think kids are just
whomever.
Yeah.
I think we could have a cast of interesting guest people for the mythical creatures.
Yeah.
Magical people.
That's the thing. They're very bit type characters,
it'd be real
few
short.
lines. Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. Just get a bunch of
celebrities even, just
Why
like
not?
Fun. Yeah.
Let's get a bunch of people.
Let's do that.
Who do we want to be then?
Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a mythical creature, or do you want to be somebody who's just regular in the world? I think I'd be like a high school student does not work at the valet. I work at the strip club.
Oh gosh.
No.
I thought you meant maybe at school. Someone.
Yes, I'd be in the school. I'd be a classmate, and
Cool.
I'd talk. I'd be like, "Did you study for the test? You didn't. Why?"
If only he knew I was busy being a leprechaun.
Exactly. Man, we keep coming back to the leprechaun.
It's a consistent imagery.
Yeah.
You got a hopping pot of rainbow gold.
I'm like the nerdy reality kid that doesn't get to have any fun adventures. Miss Krabappel's gonna kill you.
Oh, never mind. I was going to say, it'd be funny if he got, like, roped in and started working there and then was like, whoa, gee willikers.
Gee willikers.
But then you would have a huge part.
I would be
and
way
that's not
too
what we want,
big.
sorry.
No, I already am busy making an anime a week.
I know. It takes a lot out of you.
Oof.
Who should I be? I mean, part of me just wants to be a talking cat because that's magical.
That's pretty fun.
Meow.
Cause see, this could be another tie-in to the rest of the animes. Got a Curse with Purchase cat.
Oh, we could have some of our characters stroll through.
That's all I'm saying. Strike a Deal Devil literally does come up in his like big Cadillac with the devil horns or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Although,
Easy universe connection.
if I wanted to be the pop star girl, I don't know. We might want to keep consistency and get the same actress. All right. I will also be a classmate.
You could be a pop star. Intergalactic pop star. Not that one. But
all right.
A different
You've
one.
convinced me. I'll be some weird otherworldly celebrity.
That's fun. All right. You're in it. I'm in it. The show is made.
Yeah, Hank Azaria? I mean...
Who else do you need? He could be almost everyone else.
Seriously. Not that we could afford it, but...
But at least he's one character who appears in the series for maybe 2 minutes. Less, probably.
We'll see.
I'll call his agent. Stat. Or interns.
Yo.
Do you have a cell phone? Have we allowed that? Okay. No, that's good though. This has been Instant Anime.
Just Add Music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
This has been the podcast. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Twitter at Instant Anime Pod, or
check out our Podbean, instantanime.podbean.com, which is where we host, and we have links to our subscription form via Google Forms,
Sheets?
not Docs.
Forms? Yeah, forms.
Google something. It's anonymous if you want. We have our merch there.
Redbubble.
We have all of the other podcatchers and whatnot.
Links to all kinds of stuff.
The description links work.
I think the link on Podbean is to our Spotify podcast and not the actual music playlist, but that's on Spotify somewhere. I should probably put that.
Let's add that in there.
On there, yeah, like the music or something.
Mm-hmm. The music that inspired.
Well, that's too long
Instant
of a
anime
thing, but
just add music.
We also have
now on Spotify.
5 followers on that now,
that's
which I think
awesome.
one of them is you, but but that's cool.
Very
There's
cool.
like 4 other people
that aren't me.
Aren't you?
That's really cool.
Impressive.
Yeah.
And that's updated. If the song's on Spotify, it's on that playlist.
Yep. Possibly even a little bit before.
And it might be a little sneak peek
out.
as to what the episode next coming
Speaking
Sunday.
of sneak peeks, what happens on Twitter?
Twitter is where we daily post GIFs of the upcoming episode. Not that any of it is actually animated of this podcast, but
their inspiration. It is our mood board.
Inspirational mood board, colorful, fun, vague GIFs that relate.
It's kind of fun to guess.
To next week's episode. So, like, if there was an
on.
episode about bread, I tweeted a bunch of GIFs of bread.
Huh, that sounds like something we did recently. With
birds and bread.
And old people.
It happened. So now this week, if you go back on Twitter and you look at these episodes' GIFs,
you'll see a bunch of hints.
Cars and magical leprechauns. Probably that.
Have to wait and see. Even though it would have... You can go back and see.
Yeah, it's already happened.
Cool. We're doing our own time travel.
Yes. Wow, incredible. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.